My paternal grandfather came here from Italy with 10 children, and obviously my grandmother. My grandparents were fruit peddlers up on Federal Hill, and my father also worked on the pushcart with them as a young man. One night, my grandfather and his fellow fruit peddlers were playing cards, and they got a little rowdy, and my grandfather was arrested and taken to the police station. It was a rather frigid day. My grandmother had 3 dresses on, and she had money, and she tied the 3rd dress. When they brought my grandfather up from the cell, he was somewhat disheveled. He had spent the night in a prison cell. My grandmother immediately jumped up and reached into her dress, took out this money, and said, "Please, Judge, please, no jail, no jail." And my father jumped up and started to apologize to the court. And the judge immediately sat him down and says, "Young man, have your mother sit down and explain to her what I'm going to tell you." And the judge said to my dad, "Your husband is a good man. He just had a bad night last night. I'm going to send him home to you and your family so that he can continue to support you and your children. Don't be too harsh on him." My father was so impressed by that to the day he died, he told a story about this great judge that took care of his father. That had such a profound impact on my dad that it influenced me. That's why when youngsters come to my court, I am particularly sensitive to not ridiculing their parents, not trying to cast aspersions on whatever the incident was, but to try to show that the courts are friendly and that the institutions of government are not there to harm people, but where possible, to help, and to have compassion, to have sympathy, and to have understanding. And to this day, I always think of that story, particularly when youngsters come to the court.